A light bulb, an ordinary electric light bulb. Long ago, this indispensable household device introduced to the world a new disease, or the absurdity of the consumer society. Planned lifespan. This concept is over 100 years old. What is it? It is a property of goods created with an unreasonably short lifespan in order to force the consumer to make repeated purchases to stimulate sales. A well-known blogger once said the following about this: "This is the market, gentlemen. Things must break because sales are the heart of the system, the driving force behind development and progress. Those who don't understand this do not understand how the world works." What can we say about it, gentlemen? Perhaps we are just ordinary fools if we agree with it so easily. Let's figure it out. There is a lot of information on the internet about this. I won't be unique. I'll just repeat and draw the conclusion. In the Livermore City of California, USA, and Fire Station number 6, there is a light bulb that has been continuously shines for over 100 years, precisely since 1901. Due to its longevity, this century-old bulb has been included in the Guinness World Records. It is sometimes cited as evidence of planned obsolescence in the more recent production of incandescent bulbs. This begs the question, why hasn't it burned out yet? Or why don't we have bulbs like that in our homes? You can't build a business by selling perpetual light bulbs. Sooner or later, everyone would own such bulbs, and the customers would run out. Admit, it sounds crazy today and doesn't fit in the head. Did we really know how to make good light bulbs 100 years ago and then deliberately degrade their quality? It turns out that's exactly what happened.
By 1879, Edison already had a light bulb with a cotton filament that lasted 14 hours. Other inventors used platinum or some carbonized material, gradually increasing the lifespan of light bulbs. Tungsten was generally preferred for making light bulbs because of its high melting point. And by the early 1920s, an ordinary light bulb would last about 2,000 hours, and some would last 2,500 hours. But suddenly, that indicator stopped and even went down.
In 1924, the world's leading light bulb manufacturers met in Geneva: Philips, General Electric, Tokyo Electric, Osram, and others. They founded the Phoebus or Phoeb cartel and signed certain agreements to control the production of light bulbs worldwide. The longevity of light bulbs was detrimental to sales, so all cartel participants agreed to limit the service life to 1,000 hours, which was half of the average lifespan. But how did the participants ensure compliance with the agreement so that no one would start producing higher quality light bulbs? After all, it is more profitable for a manufacturer to make more reliable products and attract customers. To do this, it was decided to exchange with each other samples placed on test stands. If a light bulb operated noticeably longer than 1,000 hours, the manufacturer would face penalties, and these penalties were indeed enforced, as there is documentary evidence of this.
We have a document from the cartel that states, "It is prohibited to guarantee, advertise, and offer lamps with a service life exceeding 1,000 hours." The service life of the electric lamp was determined to be 1,000 hours. Under pressure from the cartel, companies began conducting experiments to create less durable lamps that would last no more than 1,000 hours. Here is a table of fines from 1929, indicating how many Swiss francs would be imposed on a company if its electric lamps served more than 1,500 hours.
Since the creation of the cartel, the operating time of light bulbs has consistently decreased. In 1934, the average service life was 1,205 hours. As expected, this increased the sales of cartel member companies by 25% and reduced production costs, but the price of the final product remained the same. Thus, the business became more profitable. The question is, did the consumer know that industry giants conspire to lower the quality of the product? Of course not. So why is a century-old light bulb still on? Because it was made before the cartel was formed. The cartel itself, known as Phoebus or Phoeb, existed until the beginning of World War II. It collapsed, but its methods continue to live on in the consumer society. Other industries adopted similar practices. How are things today? Let's look at some examples. In 1940, the chemical giant DuPont announced the revolutionary discovery of synthetic fabric, nylon. Women were excited about durable stockings, but their joy was short-lived.
My father worked in the nylon department for DuPont before and after the war. He told about when nylon was developed, stockings were made from it, and the department employees were asked to take them home and offer them to their wives and girlfriends. My father brought them to my mother, and she was delighted with the strength of the first nylon stockings.
DuPont chemists were so proud of their invention that even men boasted about the durability of nylon stockings. Look, stockings are instead of a towing rope.
The trouble was that they were too durable. Women were very happy that stockings did not tear, but unfortunately, that meant that stocking sales would be very low.
DuPont gave the father of Nichols Fox and his colleagues new instructions. Return to the drawing board and develop less durable fibers to make stockings less long-lasting. Another story is related to the iPad, more specifically, the iPad battery. One guy was brave enough and decided to restore justice. This led to a big scandal.
Thank you for contacting Apple. My name is Ryan. How can I assist you?
Casey.
Great. How can I help you?
I bought an iPad about a year and a half ago, and now the battery is dead.
I see. It's been a year and a half. The warranty period is 1 year, so you'll have to pay for a battery replacement. It will cost $255 plus the shipping fee to repair your device. Honestly, it might be easier to buy a new one.
The video gained millions of views when YouTube and social media didn't even exist, and it resulted in a class action lawsuit that Apple settled out of court. However, the company did not refuse the use of such practices. After the iOS update in 2017, owners of earlier device models noticed that applications worked worse and smartphones turned off for no reason. Apple said that they slowed down the device performance to extend the battery life on older models and make them last longer. However, such difficulties wouldn't have existed if the battery had been replaced. According to the results of the trials, which ended in 2020, the company spent hundreds of millions of dollars on fines and settlements. But even this amount is insignificant comparing to the profits Apple gains by artificially limiting the lifespan of its products.
And there's another example with a printer. It turns out that some manufacturer has inserted a chip into the printer, which blocked the device when a certain number of operations was reached.
One printer detail has failed, and the manufacturer sends Marcus to the technical support center. All 3 sellers offered to buy a new printer. He found a Russian website with a free printer program that neutralizes the blocking chip. The author of the program even explained the reason for its creation. The trouble is in vicious system.
This business model is harmful to the user and the environment. And I managed to develop a simple and user-friendly program that allows users to reprogram the chip. Marcus installed a free Russian program on his computer. This program has reset his printer's chip counter to 0. And the printer started working immediately.
Yes, we are fighting for survival, so there is a company's desire to reduce the cost of goods and make them more affordable. Using low-quality materials, simplified technological processes, and unskilled labor reduces the cost of the product, but automatically makes it less reliable. Well, another point, if the consumer does not buy, the economy will not grow. Yes, there's a lot of controversy about this topic in the world. Does planned obsolescence accelerate technical progress and ensure industrial growth, and so on? You can argue. Or you can just ask the question, can we really create high-quality, durable goods? Let's remember history. In the German Democratic Republic, the official life expectancy standard for washing machines and refrigerators was 25 years. Some Singer sewing machines have been in operation for 100 years. This is a 100-year-old pen. Here is a tourist backpack born in 1964. Here's a 60-year-old camera. 120-year-old manual coffee grinder, 70-year-old mixer, a stove that's only 90 years old, 30-year-old microwave, 50-year-old vacuum cleaner, elegant toaster, 70 years old, and I can give many more examples. This is a consumer society. We are pushed to play a game in which we are constantly forced to buy ultra-modern crap. We are forced to believe that the method to buy crap, throw it away and buy it again, stimulates the world economy and technological progress. It's absurd, and it seems that the situation is irreparable, but it only seems so. It is enough for us to change the format of society from consumer to creative one, and we will see such an evolutionary leap in technological development that, well, yes, it's hard to believe, it's hard to imagine. But let's imagine for a moment, the world has united around the idea of a creative society where the race for survival and market competition have disappeared. The limitation of capitalization freed up such a significant amount of financial resources that they were properly allocated, and everyone got a decent unconditional basic income for a normal life. The pursuit of profit has disappeared, which has fundamentally changed the approach to production and the quality of the products. Someone may say it will lead to stagnation, a decline. No, my friends, quite the opposite. Yes, of course, the market will clean up. Those who found it burdensome to keep their jobs, who had to seek ways to reduce costs and increase profits, will leave. But they will leave for such a comfortable life and unconditional basic income with a lifetime guarantee. The concept of unemployment will dissipate like smoke. You can work if you want or choose not to work. You have everything you need for life, for a decent life. And here's the thing, in every industry, there will be those who like it. You see? Those who enjoy, for example, creating awesome unbreakable cars, those who have the ability to do that, and those who enjoy creating everlasting household appliances. And they will strive for improvement, utilizing the latest technologies to create even cooler, more durable, environmentally friendly, and cost-efficient products. And what is the fundamental difference here? As a manufacturer, you no longer think about how to invest less and gain more. You have a production base, the resources to live, and you start thinking about improvement. And everyone benefits from this. We cease to be hostages of constantly breaking things and waste. We stop being its slaves. And here someone could call me out a dreamer, but I have an interesting and exclusive answer for them. Imagine that you are thrown in a time machine for 200 years ago. You look around in shock. You don't understand where you are. Clap, clap, and you realize there is no mobile phone. You go to the locals and ask, "Does anyone have a phone I can use to call?" Where to call? They don't understand. The bell? No, a mobile phone, a regular telephone, Samsung, Nokia, iPhone. What is a phone? You start explaining it to them. Well, it's a cellular communication device. You press 2 buttons on the touch screen, and a signal is sent. Your friend answers at the other end of the line. You can also use video communication if you have internet access with the help of messengers, Viber, Telegram, WhatsApp. A crowd gathered. At first, they looked at you with astonished eyes. Then they just threw you into the dungeon, just in case, for investigation. And it's pretty uncomfortable down there, damp, dark, cold. You said to them, "Guys, don't you even have heating? At least turn on the lights." They are basically normal, good people, but they don't understand what heating is and what turn on the lights is. Who are you? You are starting to explain to them that you are a web programmer by profession. You create websites on the internet and deal with advertising. Additionally, in your spare time, you are a YouTuber and make videos about various stuff. Some seem to have a decent number of views based on the traffic. You have enabled monetization, so you're earning money from it. You need to go home urgently to such and such a city. You have a house there, an apartment on the 12th floor, a family, and a dog. They listen to you and look at each other in silence. You're not just a dreamer to them, you're crazy. After a lengthy discussion among themselves, they approach you and say kindly, "Look, we have so many problems here. Hunger, epidemics, wars. We don't know where to put you, what to do with you. Maybe we should quietly." What's my point? Let's not be savages, rushing to criticize or dismiss without understanding. We really have huge opportunities and prospects are in front of us. If it's hard to believe, it doesn't mean that it's impossible. And let's stop buying the crap. Let's build a creative society. Everyone will benefit from it. Website. Explore and join, and a call to a friend to tell them about CS. You already have a cell phone.